Hi everyone, Happy New Year, and it's me, Tafla, just here with a few quick tips about your beautiful locks. Alright, so this is 2 years and roughly 2 months worth of hair growth. As you all know, I cut my hair. It was roughly about 5 years going, and I cut it and started it again. So I shaved it off, all off, like a cute boy, and then I've started growing it from scratch. A few reasons why I cut it. I didn't like the part that my hair was in, and I had to combine a few of the locks, and I didn't like that as well. It was just taking a bit more time to look after, and my lifestyle changed a little bit. My locks were gorgeous. I loved them, but I find that they were a little bit in the way. They were getting caught up in just whatever I had to do, get caught in my everyday activity like brushing up against stuff, and I didn't like that. So that was one of the main reason why I cut it. And also I wanted a fresh start and a fresh look, and shaving my head off was one of the hairstyle that I wanted to try just to see how I would look, and it's either then or never, so I did it. Okay, alright, so a few tips. This is my fourth time lock-in. I've done palm roll, 2-strand twist, and I've done braid lock twice. This is my second time doing braid lock. My preference is braid lock because it's a bit more neater, and because I'm on the go all the time. To palm roll it and 2-strand twist it, normally when you wash it, you have to like do it instantly or do a little bit of grooming in order for the roots to look a bit neater and so forth, and to keep the ends from unraveling. Sometimes I don't have the time to do that all the time. I like a wash and go, and braid lock for me is the best method. Don't be fooled. If you're locking your hair, you do have to spend time and maintain it. But for me, a quick up and go, 2-strand twist and braid lock and palm roll is not my choice, because when I braid my hair out, even if it's a messy hair, I spritz it, I shake it, and I moisturize it or something, and it's good to go. The ends are still nice and neat, and that's more important for me, the ends of my hair. My root, I took 3 months to do my first retighten. Lesson learned, do not retighten your hair that often. Some people like to do it to the scalp where it's really tight and neat. That's nice in terms of aesthetics, like grooming or whatever, but it's not good for your head. Too much pressure, too much tension, it's like pulling up your roots. Don't do that. You will pull your hair out from the root that way if you do that too often all the time. Some people it worked for, but just a tip here, kind of give your head a breather and your hair. The less you mess with the hair, the more it grows. This is 2 years going, and this is a lot of hair. I mean, I've grown a lot of hair in space of 2 years. Imagine another year and it'd be like summer hair. That's why I don't mess with it. This is probably my first real hairstyle since I've done it about 3 months ago. So what I've done, I've just braided. I'll probably leave the front out, do a little bit of a bang here, and just cornrow or braid it into as a protective style. It is now winter, so I don't need to mess with it at all, which is great. So I just leave it alone. I do wash it. I wash it frequently, which is like every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how I feel. And that is one thing I love when when I lock my hair. It's a nice wash. I love to wash it. With that, you don't want to overwash it though, because you do strip the hair if you use certain harsh shampoo in the hair. So you want to use the most gentle and mildest shampoo that you can find. I'm a soaper. I do make my own, so that helps me too, as well as if you're not a soaper but you can find very delicate or gentle shampoo, please by all means use it. Next tip, you want to moisturize always. You want to lock in as much moisture as you possibly can, especially paying attention to the ends of the hair, the ends, because to me the ends tell me what my root looks like, right? If it's dry and brittle, then I know my hair needs to be moisturized. So you want to spritz it. My hair love water, love water. So I spritz it often, and I lock it up with oils. Like I use avocado, jojoba oil. I also use sometimes sunflower or grapeseed. I definitely use castor oil. Every time I wash my hair, I use castor oil. Castor oil is good for my edges, and I also rub it in between my hair too, and just rub it on the ends of my hair. It brings moisture to the hair, and I love it. It works for me, and I just use it like that. So every time I wash, I castor oil, and then I lock it in with all my grapeseed, avocado, jojoba oil. I do use jojoba oil. I love avocado oil for it, especially during the summertime. It is it's, I wouldn't say heat repellent, but it is one of those oils that protects your hair from being burned or fry. So that is good during the summertime to use avocado oil. I also use mango. I know it's a butter, but I just use a little bit of it. So all these butter, I just use light oils. I do not use Vaseline. No. And I do not use anything with, I think it's lanolin, like really heavy lint, and those, you don't stay, or it's better you don't moisturize your hair with any oil than using those, because those just clump your hair up. And what it does is, if anything catches your hair, it just sticks to it. It's like a lint magnet or lint catcher, something like that. Yeah, but no. The very lightest oil, definitely. I use essential oil. I love tea tree, and I also love lavender. I also do a little bit of rosemary, because those are antiseptic and they're also replenishing oil. I do love, I've added peppermint. Peppermint is really refreshing. I use it for my skin and my hair. Awesome. And I use other fragrances too, especially essential oils. I stick with those. The purest form is the best. I also deep condition my hair, and I also wear a satin, I wouldn't say satin bonnet, but it's a shower cap. I call it a beauty shower cap. So it's good for steaming, deep conditioning, and treating my hair, and also have a silk side to it. So it's reversible, and I love that. Especially when you're working, your hair tends to pick up every sort of lint or dust mite or whatever. You want to keep that covered at all times when you're working, cleaning, just moving about randomly, unnecessarily. You want to take care of your hair, right? And you want to keep it from dust and all those debris. Cover it up. Cooking as well. Sometimes you don't realize that your hair is attracting all that smell. And yeah, even though the food is lovely, the hair not so lovely when it picks up all that smell. So cover your hair when you're cooking too, okay? My other tip is lint. After a while, when you're showering at the nape, the back of your head, the very back, tends to attract soap suds. So if you're not using a shower cap, or you are not realizing what's happening, pay attention to around there, because that's where most of the lint end up, and soap suds. So you wanna, when you're washing your hair, spend extra time and do a little, like a scrub, yeah, a little washing around there, just to make sure that the soap is not stuck or clogged in there, because it does look yucky after a period of time. Some people want to dye it and all that, but no honey boo, don't dye. Just pay attention. At one point I had to loose mine out. It takes forever to loose it out, and then when I loosed it out, I realized all that yucky stuff was there. So never again. So pay attention to around there, or when you put your shower cap on, put it all the way down, and then you're still washing your neck. If you're not sure if your neck's washed properly, you wanna, when you're done showering, pull it up and just use your rag and just do another wiping or scrubbing around there, like without suds and all that. So you want to avoid the sud going in the hair if you're not washing it. All right, so lint, be careful. Some people try to use baking soda and vinegar to like do a deep treatment. If it works for you, fine, but if you're using that, you definitely want to make sure you have the best moisturizer available, because that does get into the shaft of the hair and dries it out like nobody's business. So you want to definitely have the best moisturizer. Some people love protein like olive oil. I do that. I love olive oil, and I use straight olive oil from the kitchen, like extra virgin olive oil. Yes, olive oil, coconut oil. I do love those, so that helps my hair grow too as well. So if you're doing that, you definitely want to have the best moisturizer on hand to get into your hair and just re-oil it. Okay, so if that works for you, fine, but make sure you moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Can't stress or express that enough. All right, so as I mentioned again, spritz it. Your hair loves water, like, yeah, but when you go to your bed, don't cover it up. What I mean is, okay, rephrase that. Spritz your hair, moisturize it overnight. So when you're from work or school or whatever you're doing, when you're at home watching TV during your downtime, spritz it, moisturize it, then let it air dry. Always let it air dry. Enough of the heat and the blow dryer and the diffuse and all that stuff. Yeah, forget that. Your hair really, really loves just to be free. So let it air dry. When it's air drying, it's the best. When that happens, then you know you can cover it up overnight. If you have any style that you've done and you want to keep it nice and groomed, you want to cover it up, then you can cover it because it's dry, right? Especially if you've got longer hair. Oh my goodness, with longer hair, it's just, I love long hair, but it takes forever to dry, forever. So don't think that you're gonna just wash and go. You're gonna have water hanging, dripping all over. You want to wash your hair, even if it's dry and the roots, the ends are still wet because it gets heavier. There's lots more hair, so definitely you wanna give it time. Okay, you wanna give it time. It's like it's on its own schedule. Give it time. So definitely have it air dry, then you can cover it up. And there's another tip too. I have this gel that I use. It's just, it's natural. I wouldn't say natural, but it's not one of those gel that clumps up or get your hair all yucky and messy looking off. And I use, it's actually edge, an edge, like edge slicker. So I want to slick my edges. So I'll just put a little bit here, slick it down, put my tie just to hold my edges down, and bam, I'm still looking good. And that means I've eliminated half of the work in styling. That's true. So the less you mess around with the hair, like do a style like this will last me for weeks, probably 3 weeks before I even go ahead and start messing around, like especially if you are somebody who like to pull your hair because it's so beautiful, you want to pull it and mess around. Forget, yeah, take your hands off limits. Okay, hands off, let it be. Okay, so always spritz your hair, moisturize it, pay attention to the ends, brush it, brush your hair. Not because you're not combing it anymore with a comb and whatever denim brush. You can definitely brush your hair because there's stuff that goes in it through by walking, dust and all that. So brush it out, brush it every night. I brush it, and then you want to tie it down or put your soap on it, or your sleep on your silk pillowcase. But whatever you do, love the hair and it will love you back. All right, so thanks again. That's just my few tips. I'll keep you posted. This is just my 3 months update and just wanted to show you. Let me turn around quickly. So just your 3 months update on my hair. I'll keep you posted. Any more tips I have regarding previous experience, sis, 3 times the charm, 4th time now. I'll definitely bring that to you, but you can also watch my journey as I go again, and this time it's for keeps. All right, so after a while I now know that this is my hairstyle, the one that I really love, and I will definitely be keeping my hair locked because I've understand it a little bit better and know how to manage it when it's longer, and what to do. All right, so all the best. Thanks for watching, and God bless.